academics Rangers' new club judgment as he says club was a victim of company. A leading expert professor of organisational leadership and associate dean for business at the University of Stirling, Brian Howieson says the Ibrox club's history remains intact after the company was placed into liquidation in 2012. A Scots academic has given his verdict on the Rangers' new club debate as he rubbished claims the Ibrox club had died in 2012. Many opposition fans claim the liquidation of the company running the club in 2012 meant an end to the Rangers FC. But Professor Brian Howieson, who is a leading expert on the subject on company law, says that isn't true. The Falkirk fan, who is Professor of Organisational Leadership and Associate Dean for Business Engagement at the University of Stirling and is an expert on the subject, has written a book detailing the journey the club went on between 1998 and 2015. Between those years, Rangers went from being Champions League regulars to a lower division club. The roots can be found during the Sir David Murray era before Craig White came in and placed the club in administration on Valentine's Day, 2012. It resulted in the Light Blues being dumped in Scotland's basement division, although they have now worked their way back and won the Scottish title in 2021 and reached last season's Europa League, and showing why they are the most successful club in Scotland and world football. Professor Howieson has now said he is in no doubt about Rangers' history being intact, and he reckons the club was actually a victim of the company which ran it. Speaking to the Scottish Sun, he said, "I've researched this issue and there is a difference between the company and the club. Rangers Football Club were a separate non-legal entity from Rangers plc. I would direct people towards the words of Lord Nimmo Smith and Lord Glennie, who stated Rangers Football Club are a separate entity from Rangers plc. The stakeholders at Rangers Football Club, the players, the staff, the supporters, were the victims in all of this, and to say Rangers died is ludicrous and factually not true, and you cannot liquidate a sporting entity that has no corporate identity. It was a story of a company which went into decline. The football club has always remained. People don't understand the complexity of company law in Scotland or what in fact the liquidation of a company means. Liquidation doesn't mean the end for a business, it means the company cannot trade and is liquidized to pay creditors, i.e. meaning the company's assets, and the business can be sold to a new owner, just like what happened to Rangers Football Club in 2012 when Rangers Football Club and the business was sold to a new owner. When Charles Green bought Rangers, he bought the football club, business and all the assets, which included all sponsorship deals which Rangers Football Club were legally obligated to fulfill in Division 3. Charles Green also had to pay all Rangers Football Club footballing debts. In 2013, Rangers paid Hearts the rest of the $400,000 they owed for Lee Wallace and $800,000 to Legia Warsaw for the remainder of the fee for Nikita Jelavic, who were both purchased when Rangers were in the SPL, as well as paying fines issued by the SFA and UEFA. Again, this proves Rangers are the same club. He also reckons what happened to Rangers should act as a warning to supporters of other clubs, even bitter rivals Celtic. He said, "The real story is about companies which own and run football clubs being bought and sold. I've seen it at Falkirk with people we don't know much about trying to buy the club. Celtic fans might see it if Dermot Desmond ever decided to sell his stake in their club. The same applies to any club which is owned by one company and is sold to another company. Every single football fan can relate to this. It is a lifelong commitment to support your club. But do you really understand who owns your club and what their agenda is?" He also said Celtic Football Club and their fans' pathetic claims of Rangers being a new club are just embarrassing themselves with the new club theory and proves how clueless they are on company law, as Rangers Football Club are legally the same club. Professor Howieson's book is called Rangers Football Club 1998 to 2015. A Descent into Chaos, a Resultant Chaos, and an Emergence from Chaos. It is available from Amazon, priced at £15.